Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Bamboo Street. Today, we have another episode for you guys. We'll be talking about Iran and the fact that they launched a ton of missiles on Israel. Hopefully, everyone is safe and there's not much casualties. Because wars are not fun. But anyway, Young, what do you want to say about this?
Yo, CJ, we are on the brinks of a World War III. For the past 2 years, everybody's been like, we are at the brinks of war. We are finally at the brinks of war. And I want to, a lot of actions culminated to what happened this morning. So I'm just going to go back in time. Last month, Israel, Haniyeh,
we can't use that word. Unalive Haniyeh.
Unalive Haniyeh in Tehran, in the capital of Iran. And that was weird to me because at that same time, Israel was negotiating with Hamas. The Hamas leader they were negotiating with was Haniyeh. So they were negotiating for a peace deal to stop all the war. And you went there and unalive the guy you were negotiating with. You don't unalive a negotiator. And it's crazy.
Who's going to negotiate for you in the future?
Yo, I was, everybody was celebrating. I'm like, this doesn't look weird to you guys. Now you don't have anybody to talk to.
They don't need the middleman anymore.
So this thing is crazy. So I was like, everybody was like, yeah, they deserve it. No, they don't deserve it. And the guy was living in Qatar. So he went to Iran for a celebration of the president, new president of Iran. And you unalive him there. And now you said, oh, we don't have anybody to negotiate with anymore. So,
yeah. And he was probably the best negotiator ever,
So that was cool. And everybody's like, what is Iran gonna do? Everybody was waiting. 2 weeks came by and nothing happened. And we thought, okay, that's the end of it. And they were like, okay, we're attacking Hamas in Gaza. That was not enough. More than 40,000 people unalive.
Wow.
Cool. Everybody's like, okay, Israel is fighting for his right. And 2 days ago, a Taiwanese pager manufacturer transferred a lot of pages to the Hezbollah in Lebanon. So for those of you who don't know, Hamas is in Gaza, Hezbollah is in Lebanon, the Houthis are in Yemen. So all these other factions are fighting Israel. So the leader of Hezbollah says, Israel is spying on us with our cell phones, so everybody needs to throw your cell phones away.
Oh, so they go back to the pager days.
So they went back to the pager days.
Yes, the old pager days, man. Beep, 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 beep.
Beep, 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 beep. So they started using pages. Unaware to them, Israel already has intercepted a lot of pager shipment from Taiwan, and they placed small bombs into the pages.
Wow. That's what they call espionage on another level,
crazy.
Man. That's like some 007 stuff,
I don't know how they do that.
007 in the 24th century, 24th, yeah.
So last week, Israel sent them a message. When somebody sends you a message on your pager, you have to bring it out close to your eye.
Oh, wow. So someone had a brand new facial makeover.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Oh my god.
And those who were lazy to not pick it up and look at it, they put it on their belt buckle, right? So some of them lost their side.
Someone had some plastic surgery done.
Yeah. Some people put it deep into their pocket, so they lost their manhood, everything.
Oh wow.
And some people just were holding far away from their eyes, so they lost all their hand and everything. So a lot of people, more than 100 people died, more than 500 people got their limbs chopped off, and that was crazy.
I think in all this chaos, a new business era, a new department opened for guys like Elon Musk, where his chip is gonna come into play.
So guess what? The people is like, oh, no, I think the page is a problem. So this just happened in the span of 24 hours.
In 24 hours, drop your cell phone, pick up a pager, move to walkie-talkie.
Yeah, walkie-talkie didn't help either.
Walkie-talkie is like, gonna have the same problem.
Walkie-talkie
Plus,
was
the
right.
walkie-talkie, they're on a frequency. Wow.
So a lot of people
Just stop
were
fighting
unalive.
wars, man.
A lot of people were unalive. So during all that chaos, everybody thought it's over. So Israel started unaliving all the Hamas leadership. They have like
Whoa, the hierarchy.
the hierarchy.
So they went for the top
No.
of the food chain first, or from the bottom?
From the bottom, they started taking level by level by level
so
by
like
level.
they climbing a mountain.
So it got to a point the leader is just there standing alone.
Hold on. That means the leader is probably on top of the mountain like this, man. He's watching down.
What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen now?
He's climbing up my mountain,
Who's
man.
climbing? Because they started from the lowest level operative and they're just climbing up. And as they are doing that, they are also unaliving all their replacement at the same time.
Wow. No. Wow. That's what they call taking things to another level.
To another level.
This is like video game, you know.
And Hezbollah, unlike Hamas in Gaza, Hezbollah has an army. So, CJ, look at it this way. Hezbollah is in Lebanon. Lebanon has its own government military, but Hezbollah's army is much stronger, much more equipped, much more larger than the entire army of Lebanon. So there's a state within a state. And the Lebanese army and government are scared to tell Hezbollah, don't do this.
What does the US have to say about all this?
To US, they are
They're the same with
no, they are terrorist
they're a
group.
terrorist group.
Because they've killed they've unalived a lot of US personnel. In 1983, US embassy bombing, more than 200 US service personnel were unalived. 150 French personnel were unalived. And 1992, another
Set
suicide.
of people.
So, for a long time, there's a price on that guy's head. But the US just couldn't go there and just unalive him.
But now they have a reason.
Now they have a reason. And guess
How
what?
long do you think it's going to take, though,
to do it?
to get him on alive?
They unalived him 2 days ago. And
Wow.
guess what, CJ? This guy was living 250 meters beneath the surface of the earth. He's living in a he was living in a residential building.
And then he's on the ground.
He was
under the
underground.
resident- So they blew up the building?
They call it bunker blasting bombs.
Okay.
So
Someone pressed the red
they
button.
pressed the red button. Nah, it was Israel that fired the bunker blasting bombs. And you see the hole the bomb created like 200 meters deep into the surface of the earth. The bomb just went. That's the way
It's like it digs down in the
it
ground.
digs down the ground before
Whoa.
it just blasts the whole perimeter.
Okay.
So the guy was unalive 2 days ago. And the entire his
But they're sure he's on alive? They got the body and
yeah,
everything?
the body is just in
But they
flame.
have DNA.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the people know he lives there because it's like almost the center of Beirut, which is the capital of Lebanon.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't live among people like that if you know people are looking for you. You know, so he was
That was a way for them to avoid bombing the place.
by Israel.
You know, like the more like residential people around, the lower the possibility of them attacking them, because then it's considered like maybe it's sort of a war crime in a
Yeah.
way, because you're attacking civilians.
But Israel didn't care, man. They unalive him and the people and all his replacement and those that came there with their replacement, they all
What about civilians? Did they get on alive too?
yeah, some civilians gone alive too. But they call
That's
it casualty
sad,
of war, right?
Yeah, that's sad though.
And now Lebanon is like, we want peace, we don't want, because for a long time Hezbollah is firing into Israel so that Israel stop firing into Gaza. You know, and these are all proxies of Iran.
Mm-hmm.
So for a very long time, Iran says Israel is going to pay for unaliving Haniyeh in our capital city.
Mm-hmm.
So this morning was their revenge. So this morning they fired more than 200 missiles, more than 20 super hypersonic missiles into Tel Aviv. And the whole, and this is weird, CJ. Israel works in crazy ways, and I'm like, yo, these people are really calculating. So once the October 7 Hamas attacked that unalive 1,000 Israelis, on October 8th, Hezbollah from Lebanon started firing rockets into Israel. But Israel didn't really care for them. They were like, the people that keep unalive are 1,000 people. We want to focus on them. So they started unaliving people in Gaza, 40,000 so far.
Wow.
So once they finish with
Gaza doesn't get a break, man.
No, Gaza doesn't get a break. So once they finished with Gaza, they were like, okay, we're going to turn our guns to Lebanon. So they just started carpet bombing Lebanon. And they've unalived. They started with the pages, walkie-talkies, and all the Hezbollah fighters. Now, yesterday to this morning, Tehran is like, I also want a part of it. So Tehran also fired the hypersonic missile into Israel.
My question to you, do you think these people deserve it?
Which people?
The Iranians.
Yeah, I think it gets to a point, regardless of which side you pick, a country needs to save face.
Okay, so right now it's just like, it's not a matter of who's right or wrong. It's a matter of saving faces.
Yeah.
And anyway,
because
God be with the people.
Yeah, because the people are on the street saying, you have to do something. You've always been saying, if somebody attacks us, we're going to attack them. But it's been 2 months already. You have to do something. So I understand why
they're doing what they're doing.
Iran is doing what they are doing, because they said we're going to attack them very heavily and severely. Israel is going to pay a heavy price. So even though if they unalive a lot of people in Tel Aviv, I wouldn't blame Iran, because they have to.
So what do you think needs to happen to put this water in?
There has to be a peace in Palestine. That's the only thing.
Okay.
There has to be a two-state solution.
And who's going to bring that peace?
It has to
because the U.S. is already involved.
Yeah, U.S. can be involved.
It's like it's not possible for them to be a peace party anymore. And so who you think is going to step up?
It has to be the UN.
The UN.
And the UN does have the
military
cojones,
force or the okay.
The cojones to say, okay, because the UN has been passing a lot of resolution. You have to stop now. And the US is supposed to be the big boy in the playground and say stop. But the US saying stop at the same time giving arms to Israel. Okay. So US is like, hey, we have to stop now. And
so that's like conflict of interest.
Right.
So that's why I say it's like they can't really step in. Normally they're like the peacemakers. So
and China can do it because US is gonna stop it. Russia can do it because Russia is also fighting.
They're already fighting the war.
So it's the whole
India.
thing. India has to be a regional power first.
Okay.
Because India, for instance, people in India likes Israel. So they are also conflict of interest. So it has to be an Islamic country. It has to be Saudi Arabia or UAE.
That sounds like a good option. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think. Don't forget to put your comments in the comment section and hit the like button and subscribe button for more lovely content like this. Peace and love. You know what it is. See you guys in the next one.